Parents are told stay in school, don't do drugs, but many college students feel they have to ignore the latter to do the former. I'm Terry Johnson with how one night of Adderall can lead to a summer of mental rehabilitation.
Find out how you can discover your past here at the Research Center in the library. Tomorrow is a reading day given by MSU in preparation for finals. Many will use it to hit the books.
But without doubt, there will be some students who will use Adderall to try and learn a semester's worth of material in one night. Here's Take 30's Terry Johnson with why this study drug may leave you recovering from finals all summer.
Molly, crack, acid. You don't have to be a genius to understand why putting drugs that use bleach and mercury in their creation is a bad idea. But what about Adderall? It's prescribed to those who have a hard time paying attention, but it could be dangerous.
Bad anxiety attacks, things of that nature. Yeah, also it may cause things like psychosis and kind of disordered thought process, things of that nature. You worry about cardiovascular side effects, racing heart rate. People have actually had heart attacks and sudden cardiac death, have gone into an arrhythmia and died even the first time they've taken it, not unlike cocaine and things of that nature. And then some other, kind of neuromuscular things as well, tremors and just I'm not feeling well, appetite suppression, losing weight, stomach being upset, nausea.
These side effects can manifest over time or even after a single use. Many who have used the drug have said that the time it takes to see these effects go away range from a week to half a year, depending on the severity while using and whether or not they were taking steps to rehabilitate. One MSU student who didn't feel comfortable being recorded said the medicine wreaked havoc on her. I was diagnosed with ADHD back in middle school and was put on Adderall shortly thereafter. It took only a few pills before I started noticing my appetite go away and started experiencing rapid mood changes. They took me off the prescription after I started looking like an anorexic and was making threats of suicide. Then I came to college and I see people actively trying to get a hold of it. And I'm just baffled that anyone would want to put themselves through that. Though not addictive in nature, many who use the drug get addicted to the results such as higher grades and weight loss. This can act just as strongly as the pull of nicotine to a smoker. If you are struggling with Adderall already, please contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration National Hotline at 1-800-662-HELP or 1-800-662-4357. For Take 30 News, I'm Terry Johnson.
Speaking of studying, Jordan is here with our Campus Connect forecast. What type of weather can we expect for tomorrow's study day?
Oh yes, but tonight, we'll get to tomorrow in a bit, Alicia, but tonight we're going to be at 55 degrees. The rain's going to come late in the night and it'll be a bit muggy. That's because the winds are going to be coming out of the south. But now we get into that reading day activities tomorrow, and tomorrow we get up to 66 with those morning showers. So if you're going out studying in the morning, may want to bring a little rain jacket or something like that. It's going to clear late, so it's not going to be a total washout. But then as we go into the extended forecast, or 2-day, 7-day, we're going to see something really nice. For the start of finals, we're going to be at 70, and the skies are going to be just nice. So if you're heading out to the baseball game against Texas A&M on Friday, it looks to be go for launch. And as we go on through, same on Saturday, same on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s in the latter part of the weekend and early next week. So it's going to be a really nice day to get out and do that suntan after de-stressing from those finals.
The Starkville Police Department is on the lookout for 3 people involved in Saturday's fire at Walmart. The Starkville Fire Department responded to a fire Saturday around 5:35 p.m. outside of Walmart on Highway 12. 3 people were caught on tape smoking and then intentionally lighting things on fire. They could not see their faces. No injuries were reported. However, a fence adjacent to Walmart was in flames. Chief Yarborough of the SFD said that if the fence had not been there, nearby homes could have been in danger. It took the firefighters 30 to 45 minutes to douse the flames. If you know anything about this, contact the Starkville Police Department. The president has elected our president for an important job. President Trump has elected Mark Keenum, the president of Mississippi State University, as chairman of the Board for International Food and Agricultural Development. This is not Keenum's first time serving with the president. He previously served as Undersecretary of the U.S. Department of Agriculture under President George W. Bush. Keenum's job will be to appoint board members who are experts in global food security and world hunger.
It's a popular place to play, but now you'll have to pay if you want to enjoy great outdoors at the Noxubee Wildlife Refuge. The refuge hundreds of thousands of visitors visit each year, but that doesn't make much money. Now they're charging visitors a $5 fee. It pays for the roads, land maintenance, and signage. If you don't pay, you could face a $180 fine. 2 years ago, the refuge manager tried to get MSU on board to help raise funds, but that didn't get too far.
We got talking with some students, and the idea came up of the refuge recognizing the student parking pass. And basically what we said is, yeah, that's a great idea. If we could get like $1 added on to the student parking fee pass, we'd gladly go to recognizing just.
Although the student government posted a campus-wide poll and received positive results about the idea, the proposal was shut down. A viral mobile phone game has been taking the country by storm, but not without a few questions. Take 30's Jordan's Darenberg has the story.
Yes, this viral mobile phone game happens twice a day. I play it myself. But who is paying for this, and are they collecting any, and is the company collecting any of your data? It's called HQ, and to win, you must answer 12 trivia questions. The prize, a share of up to $5,000 or more depending on the game. Jacob Lawrence loves to play HQ.
The furthest question I've got to, it was a game where there were 12 questions, and I got to question 9.
The questions range from easy to medium to hard, but there are questions along the way that are savage. That is, more people miss it than get it correctly. The savage questions involved what the capital of Australia was. 1.1 million people did not get this answer correctly, but I got it correctly. There are some other students who know about the game but haven't played it yet.
My initial thought was, is this actually real, or is this a scam? But after I heard more about it, I was interested. I have not played it myself.
This game did have its share of growing pains. Early on, it was beset by technical glitches and other issues. There also has been controversy over the data from users that is used, as well as how they're able to make money.
I don't know how they do it.
According to HQ, the source of the winnings is Intermedia Labs, which is a New York City-based software company. According to Bloomberg.com, the company designs and develops analytics solutions, cloud platforms, and mobile apps. Despite all of the growing pains, the game has been successful, and the organizers of the game hope to keep it that way. For Take 30 News, I'm Jordan Dansberg. The only data that the game actually collects are your phone number for safety reasons. Also, should you be lucky to win the game will also collect your PayPal information so that your winnings can be paid directly to your bank account.
Thank you, Jordan. Find out how MSU turned a tragedy into opportunity when we get back.
Our world is changing. The way we work, the way we connect, the way we see things around us. At Mississippi State University, we're agents of change, creating our own bright futures, solving real problems, turning challenges into possibilities, and lighting the way to a whole new world of emerging markets. Through MSU's new state-of-the-art Center for Entrepreneurship and Outreach, we're collaborating across campus, sharing perspectives and resources of multiple disciplines to power dreams. But we're so much more than dreamers. We've launched hundreds of student-led businesses, earning millions in revenue, and impacting our state's economy in new and creative ways. We're the next generation of business leaders, and we're ready for a changing world. How do we know we're ready? because we're the ones changing it.
Want to show off your mic skills? Lab Rats is holding an annual open mic night on Friday. Mississippi State students now have a chance to express themselves and their talents. Anyone is allowed to perform, and admission cost is any purchase from 929 Coffee Shop. Each student will have a max time of 10 minutes on the mic.
This is a newer thing that we worked out with 929, and they were happy enough to, or we were lucky enough to be able to use their space once a month to do an open mic comedy night. And I host it. Basically, we just invite people who are either interested in doing a stand-up set or just watching.
Mic night will be on Friday at 929 Coffee Bar from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Lab Rats is also having a show tonight in McComas at 8 p.m. and all the proceeds will go to St. Jude Hospital.
Spinning back into favor. Lots of local vinyl fans flocked to a record store for National Record Day. At Scooters in Starkville, customers bought rare items such as albums that had never been released, colored vinyl, picture discs, and more. These records were provided by the label and only available to brick-and-mortar record stores on National Record Day. There was live music performances and delicious coffee available last Saturday. Scooter said events like this help raise awareness about his business.
Starkville in particular hasn't had a music store or record store in what, like 8 years, and I think that having a record store kind of helps, you know, artists kind of gravitate to, you know, musical establishments, community more aware of all of this. It's in and of themselves are art. The music is art, the record album, the covers are art.
National Record Day will take place again next year on April 20th. Having fun and raising funds. Dave's Dark Horse Tavern recently hosted Dell Fest. The tavern had a musician named Dell Redden, who was an arts teacher at Starkville High School. Dell passed away on September 5th, 2005. In honor of Dell, the tavern started the Dell Rendon Foundation, which offers scholarships for art students at Mississippi State. At the event, people purchased music and Dell's artwork to help fund the scholarship.
We have this music that we play for the community. So many of the musicians tonight, I think there's 7 acts tonight. Some of these folks played with Dell back in the day a long time ago, be recreating some of his songs. Still alive because he stays with us every note that we strike.
When we get back, we'll take the weather with our Campus Connect forecast with Jordan Darensburg.
If you want to have a big impact in the world, you have to start small. At Mississippi State University, we're starting in the Gulf of Mexico, where a small but crucial barrier island is quickly fading from view. Millions of state dollars are spent dredging sand to replace the vanishing shores of Deer Island, but we think we can do better. We're applying cutting-edge sediment tracers to map the flow of currents and predict the course of sand that's carried out to sea, a process that will help us better understand the drastic transformation taking place. While this is a more cost-effective way to prevent the loss of an island, it's about so much more than saving dollars. It's about taking the first step in a long process to preserve our environment and secure a better, brighter tomorrow. We might be starting small, but rest assured, at Mississippi State University, we're dreaming big. It's been said that where there's water, there's life. For some parts of the world, that simple truth has never been more evident. Fields aren't getting the water they need. Fertilizer is washing into nearby rivers and streams, and harm to the environment is rising. At Mississippi State University, we're working to change this. By designing and implementing better irrigation solutions, we're collecting, conserving, and recycling nutrient-rich water, allowing us to reduce waste, secure the livelihoods of farmers, and pave the way for a safer, cleaner environment for fish and wildlife. But we're not stopping there. We're taking the process developed in our own backyard and applying it to a global stage. So whether it's Israel, the Philippines, or Indianola, Mississippi, we're ensuring simple truths endure. That where there's water, there's life. And where there's ingenuity at work, there's Mississippi State University.
Yes, and it's a very warm day throughout much of our region. We're in the mid-70s throughout much of our region, 78 in Monroe, Louisiana, 76 in the capital city. But we do have this cold front that's going to be up in central Arkansas right now. That's bringing rain to that area right now, and that'll start to continue. And speaking of the rain, that'll come tonight. Let's time this out. Wednesday, we're at 6 o'clock. There's going to be some cloud cover throughout much of the region. And then looking at about 10 o'clock, we're going to see some of the rain start to move into our western counties. Places like Coffeyville, Winona are going to start to see some of that rain move into our area. And moving on forward, we're at 1 in the morning. That's when a lot of the rain is going to be in a lot of our area. Places like Winona, Calhoun City, Eupora, as well as more northern counties, places like Tupelo, will start to see some of that rain. And moving forward a little bit more, we're going to be at 7 a.m. and that's when a lot of the rain is going to be in places like Eupora and Ackerman and Louisville. And then moving on at 10 o'clock, that's when the rain should be out of here. So if you're going out studying for your reading day, everything should be clear. And now looking at tonight, that's when we're going to see a lot of the rain. It'll be muggy because we have that southerly wind driving in that moisture ahead of the cold front. That's going to bring in some of that rain. It won't be as potent as what we've seen because the temperature will be lower and there won't be as much humidity. Now looking at tomorrow for your reading day, and tomorrow we're going to get to 66. We'll be clearing later on, and the winds are going to shift. They're going to become more west-northwesterly at 10 to 15 miles an hour after the cold front comes through. We'll be clear later on, and the story will go for our extended forecast. And looking at that extended forecast, we are going to see that sunshine really start to come in on Friday. Look at that high, 70 degrees. I don't know about you, but that's my type of weather. And as we bring this on out, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you're going out to any of the games against Texas A&M, we should have no problems as far as weather, because look at Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're going to be in those low 80s. So after those finals, you can de-stress by taking a tan and taking a dip in the pool. Now, let's turn it on over to my homie Emma Bond with your sports preview.
The Diamond Dogs brought home a big-time W, plus how the MSU football team is preparing for the season when we come back.
We all depend on accurate weather forecasts to plan our day. That's why Mississippi State University is teaching students to forecast the future using real-world news sets as classrooms, putting scientific discoveries in meteorology to the test, while honing on-air reporting skills real-time with local TV stations. And we do it so well that at any given moment across the country, 1 in 3 weather forecasts are being delivered by MSU-trained meteorologists who are helping people make crucial decisions that impact their safety, working to ensure business continuity, and in many cases, saving lives. Predicting the future? That's what we're preparing for every single day, so that you can prepare for your day.
This year's MSU baseball team hasn't failed to surprise its fans. After an incredible series sweep over Arkansas this past weekend, the Diamond Dogs took on in-state rival Ole Miss in Pearl last night. With Ole Miss leading in the 9th inning, Marshall Gilbert hit a single and took second on a sacrifice bunt by Rowdy Jordan. Mangum was then intentionally walked by the Rebels. Luke Alexander, who's been a standout player on this team all season, hit a double to bring in 2 runs to win the game. MSU will bring the Governor's Cup to Starkville for the 3rd year in a row. State will continue SEC play this weekend at Dudy Noble as they take on Texas A&M in a 3-game series. The spring football game this weekend gave MSU fans a little taste of what is to come for this team. The MSU football team hosted its annual spring football game during Super Bulldog weekend this past weekend. The Maroon team won with a score of 28-10. Quarterback Keaton Thompson believes the team showed its true potential.
I felt like we came out and competed very well. I also feel like we executed at a high level, with the new system. I think our offense did well and our defense as well.
With the spring game behind them and summer practice in the near future, the MSU football program is looking forward to a new season. Backup quarterback Logan Burnett is anticipating an exciting 2018 season.
I'm just excited to get things rolling, get back in the stadium with everyone, all the fans. There's a lot of hype around this season. I'm just excited to get back, go through the summer, go through the workouts, conditioning, and just the football season to be here again.
Not only is there a new season upon us, but there is also a new coaching staff. New head football coach Joe Moorhead has set the bar high for what he expects for the future of this Bulldog team. Burnett says the new staff has made an impact already.
Like when they came in, it was very uplifting, and they wanted to just create a positive environment to really talk about a championship standard. And I guess the level they want to compete at. They expect us to win SEC championships and compete in national championships.
For Take 30 News, I'm Emma Bond. The season opener for the Bulldogs is set for September 1st against Stephen F. Austin at home. Mississippi State softball dropped the series against number 5 Florida this weekend. The Dogs played a doubleheader Saturday, losing game 1 6-2. Cassidy Knudsen pitched the first game, allowing only 2 earned runs off of 8 hits and 6 walks. She struck out 5 in the game. Mississippi State went on to lose the second game 3-0. The softball girls will take on Troy tonight at Troy at 6 p.m. The Diamond Dogs are heading into this weekend series full of momentum. Following Tuesday's win against Ole Miss, head coach Gary Henderson spoke highly of how his team is competing at a higher level now than earlier in the season. He also stated that you can see the major strides that this team has made so far. Hunter Stovall believes that they're playing some great baseball right now.
I think that it gives us a lot of momentum, gives us a lot of confidence going into the weekend. Just going out there and go play, and hopefully come out with a series win. Oh, for sure, we've improved. I mean, we've had our ups and downs. We've learned how to kind of overcome them, and we're playing good baseball right now.
State will be back at Dudy Noble Field this weekend to continue Southeastern Conference play with a 3-game series against number 18 Texas A&M. The series will begin Friday at 6:30 p.m.
What drives you? What pushes you forward? Is it an appetite to be the best or a calling to make a difference? For those of us here at Mississippi State University, it's both. We're designing a future where cutting-edge hybrid technology isn't imported from overseas, but exported from our own backyard. We're working toward a day when solutions to energy independence move at 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds and are as simple as charging a phone. A day when fuel economy and environmentally friendly are viewed as less of a compromise and look more like this. For us, turning heads in the auto industry is great, but living up to the hype is even better. That's because it's about more than simply envisioning the future. It's about getting there. And here at Mississippi State, we know just the ride to take.
Do you know your ancestors or where your past might lead? My colleague Colin McCauley shows us how you can find out.
I'm Colin McCauley, and I am here outside Dee Dee Baldwin's office, Mississippi State's historian librarian. She can set you up with a look into your past with a free Ancestry.com account.
So it's a website that's owned by the LDS Church. They also own a lot of other genealogy sites, and it's been around a long time. It's a subscription site where people can find their genealogy. They can search records, and they can also start like a family tree. And they allow you to start a tree for free, but to use most of the records, you have to subscribe to it. And our library has a subscription to it, which is really good for students. The Mississippi State subscription gives you access to search the records. You can't make a family tree on it because it's like an institutional account and it would have like a ton of trees on it. So you could have a free personal ancestry account with your tree, and then you could use the university's account to search the records. And what's really great about it is that the library's account gives you access to international records, which is like an extra subscription cost on Ancestry. Like, I don't subscribe to the international records because it's expensive. And so that's one thing that's really nice. I use the library's account to search international records.
For more information and help to set up your StudentAncestry.com account, you can visit Dee Dee Baldwin in the Research Center at Office 2328 or send her an email at dbaldwin@library.msstate.edu and find out where your past takes you. If you're here in June 3rd, check out the Genealogy Fair at Mitchell Memorial Library from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Oktibbeha County is making a change in the way people are affecting the environment. For Earth Day, 2 waste collection organizations held a hazardous waste collection day at the Golden Triangle landfill. Household items from paint and pesticides to car batteries and chlorine were accepted. Although this is a one-day event for the Golden Triangle landfill, Anna Elizabeth Lamb tells us that this is a year-round job for Starkville Recycling Landfill.
CRs, TV monitors, computers, CPUs, and actually this is stuff that we collect year-round at our facility in Starkville. So it's not something just for today for us.
Contact Starkville Industrial Recyclers to learn more about minimizing your electronic waste. Lots of people in Starkville took advantage of the opportunity. David Miller and his wife Michelle Miller have been waiting all year for this day. Usually the family collects their hazardous waste materials in their garage, but has let it sit until the next waste collection day is hosted. David believes there could be some changes to impact people's carbon footprint.
If they had it maybe twice a year instead of once a year, sometimes it's difficult with material that's especially in tin or aluminum cans. It tends to start corroding.
Jason, what were you saying?
Okay, never mind. Go on the camera. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Colin McCauley.
And I'm Alicia Carter.
And this was Take 30 News.
Good luck on y'all's finals this week.